Welcome to Minding My Business Tuesday Talks with myself and Daniela. It's just going to be me today and our very special guest, Najla. She will be on shortly. We're going to be talking business, mindset, and some really powerful mental strength things. So business, mindset, and how to collect that bank account. Boom. How are you guys doing? Tuesday vibes. All right, I'm really excited about this. All right. Got Najla on today, Minding My Business Tuesday Talks. Hey!
Okay, I just got back from the gym, so let me just put on.
I think that's good. Whatever makes you feel good. That's what this is about. It's about everybody minding their business, letting people do whatever they want.
Yeah, mind your business.
Well, we mind our business, we stay in our lane so that we just feel our most best authentic self. So thank you so much for coming on Minding My Business. I know it's literally, how long have I been like harassing you to get on alive with me?
Maybe not too long, maybe a month and a half.
Typically it's like one message and somebody's like, all right, I'll do it. And we set a date and I'm like, Najla, please, come on, you can do it. You're going to be amazing at it. So for those of you joining us today, welcome to Minding My Business. Unfortunately, Daniela couldn't be on. She's got like a stomach virus or something, but I'm going to hold it down for you today with this queen here, Najla. I was like, oh, did I say it right? Did I say your name right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. A lot of people, it's a little tough for them, but it's all right. It's all right. It's Najla.
It's repetition. We got to get it right. People pronounce my name Tanya. It's like it's Tanya. We'll get there. We'll get there. So
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people will call me Tanya. I was like, it's Tanya. And Latins have a really hard time with it because of the pronunciation. So they go Tanya. So I let that slide a little bit. But welcome to Minding My Business, where we're here to elevate your mindset, your life, and your business, or your bank account, or all of the above. And so today we have this beautiful guest with us today. She is the owner of Ohhhh SNAP. I think we had an Ohhhh SNAP in at the Thrive event. I took a little Ohhhh SNAP shot with you. I was like, oh, this doesn't work, whatever. I didn't tell you. And then 20 minutes later, we're sitting next to each other. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, girl.
I'm like ready to go. I'm like, this really works. This really works. I was like, what's going on? My body's like tingling. I'm ready to get up and go. And you're like, I told you.
Funny that you say that because actually Cody Sperber just had an event, his last real estate clever summit this past weekend in Vegas, and we were there. So we had a booth, and oh my God, it was nonstop. And we had a couple of people said, this doesn't work. This doesn't. They tried it, came back, and they were like, oh my goodness, what is in this? Are you sure this is all natural, right? So,
because it happens really fast. Like I'll be the one people, I built such a strong reputation because people trust me and they know I won't say anything. I won't say anything. I don't talk about anything. I mind my business. I just whatever. But if somebody asks, like, no, like this really does work. Like I was there. Like I'll drink. My natural energy is like Chlorofresh, and I'll do like lime and some mint leaves. But I had that. I was like, whoa, this is in there. You don't need any energy drinks or nothing. It's just a little shot. So, but I wanted to bring you on. Of course, your business is like doing amazing. You guys are really pushing it out there, but mostly the show is to understand the person behind the business, because a lot of people don't understand your business is just an extension of you. And with a lot of responsibilities and the bigger your goals, it's almost like you have to ascend into a stronger person along the way with each challenge and obstacle. So tell us a little bit about like what do you do when you're not feeling, because on the outside you look so confident and strong and beautiful, and people don't realize there's a lot of work to sustain and maintain, right? You're like, right. You're always in the gym. So tell us, like, how have you built this woman that you are today?
Well, first, I'm not a person with a lot of words, so I'm more of an introvert by nature. So this right here is not my thing. I don't know why it's so different.
Just talk to me. I'm asking you questions about yourself. You're doing amazing.
Yeah. So
you know what? Let's do something. We'll do this. I do this a lot. We're just having a conversation and we're allowing other people to be a part of our conversation. Let's just ground ourselves. So we'll put our hand on our breath. And this is for you guys to also see, like whenever you're just feeling not like who you are or a little off, we just ground ourselves. So we'll take 5 grounding breaths and we're just going to inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. See? Magic. Magic, literally. Like you guys, anytime you need it. I do this every time. I do it like 5 times a day. Whenever I'm just feeling like out, and just hone it back in. It's like a really great grounding exercise that takes like, I don't know, 5 seconds, 10 seconds max. So how do you stay strong, girl?
Well, as some of my followers know, or you've seen me all over social media. I live and breathe the gym. It's my life. It's my entire life ever since I got introduced to it about 9 years ago. It makes me feel so much better about myself. I don't need like a workout partner. I don't need anybody. I just can put on my headphones and just be there. It just takes me into another space, into another world, and I can just feel comfortable and confident because it's not really about the outside, even though I do love looking great.
Yeah, it's but you know, yeah, it's fun.
It's really more mental, especially when I'm super stressed, which starting this business has put a lot of pressure on, myself and John, because we've never done something this big before. So it's a lot of stuff. We have a lot of people to support, and a lot of people who look up to us and who we have to lead. So that is my place. Like if I just need to get away, if I'm feeling kind of like anxious or like upset about something, like I just love going there. And I now have a trainer too, and he's amazing. He kicks my butt. I just love.
I saw on your stories.
Just give it all.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I was in the gym this morning. I also just brought on a trainer. I've been having some issues with my knees. So just nice to have that support for somebody who can just you can go and not think and just see your weaknesses. And that's why, one reason I wanted to have you on here, well, there's a lot of reasons, but your work ethic is so inspiring. And I know a lot of your followers and people viewing either now or watching the replay that they can agree, you work hard. And there's a lot of things that go on behind that. And I know that when we have conversations, the gym is therapy. And, people need to understand the body's just the bonus. It's nice to have a great body and to look great and feel good, but it really is, I'm in church, I'm in therapy, and you're meeting people that are going to really push you. And it's important you're celebrated and people get to hear from you too. It's one thing to show, but they also want to know what goes on in the mind. Yeah. You're like, ha, ha, ha. Any other okay, so I love talking about non-negotiables. So I believe there's a blueprint and a foundation to any mentally strong person. I've worked with a lot of really elite people, and I love having conversations with elite people like yourself. Do you have what are some of your non-negotiables? You mentioned the gym, but what are some of the other non-negotiables that you have that really keep you if you missed it, you would feel off?
Recently I started journaling. I want to journal every single day, but I probably do it about once or twice a week because I'm a person to get into my head sometimes. So I have to do a lot of self-talk and keep myself accountable, just talk to myself. Really, that's that's what the journaling does for me. It just lets me say anything. Like it's therapy, like, right?
Yeah. Like there's no repercussions. Like there's no repercussions. There's no judgment. You can just like get it out of you.
Right. And yeah, I recently started doing it and I absolutely love it. Besides the gym, you guys know I love that every single day. That's me. But that's another thing that I've really gotten into, because especially if you don't go to therapy, or like you don't have that many people who are close to you that you can talk to, besides my husband, obviously.
Yeah.
But just another way I feel like I could be myself or express myself in a like better way.
Yeah, without holding things in it. It's really powerful, the journaling. Do you have anything else well, let me ask this, because I know there's a lot of people that resist journaling. And you said you go to so many personal growth and developments. I mean, John speaks on stage. You got front row seats. We keep pushing you like, come on, you're going to get up there next. You're like, no. You're like, I'll start with the IG live. I was like, all right, we're going to get you. But being in front of like all these people and always hearing about the power of journaling, what did you find? Why did you wait so long to actually like do it? Like, what do you feel the reason of the resistance that many people have, and of what you had experienced too, before like actually really getting into it?
I think people just don't understand it. Like, why? What is it for? Or like maybe they just don't know what to say or like how to start. Because that was me at first. I was like, I want to do it, but like, what do I talk about? You know what I mean? It's just how to start. What did you find was like helpful? Do you have like a system or a sequence when you journal that's helpful, or do you just kind of like, hello, I'm here today? You know what I mean? Because people are like, I know exactly what you mean.
What do I say?
At first, I would try to look for journal prompts, but I think I still do go off of prompts or things that I've seen, or that I look up, or like, figure out another way to express myself. But I like to start off by just talking to myself, like, saying hello to myself and talking about my day and how I felt about this or what's coming up next. And I like to set goals as well, and do affirmations at the end of every journal entry I put in as well. It just makes me feel better and completed at the end, after I just express myself, tell myself that I'm great and I'm amazing and I can do anything. And then
have you always been able to do that though? Because it's interesting that you've innately, like naturally been able to do that. Because typically, like when I'm sharing people like a journaling exercise where they don't resist it, and I have them start with a daily win. Like, what did I do right today? And even for me too, like even to this day of teaching it and coaching it, everybody can really like beat themselves up. We can have 10 things go right and one thing that we're like beating ourselves up about. So what did I do right? What are my wins? What were my challenges? How could I reframe them? Or what would I do next time? And then your intentions and your goals. So you already naturally did that, having like a system for journaling. Let me ask you this. Besides the journaling and the training, are there any other like non-negotiables that if you miss in your day will alter like the way that you operate at higher levels?
Not,
I don't know, it's just my life.
But I'm not sure. I try to make time for my husband, because we do like get really busy separately, because his position is a lot more, he has a lot more to deal with pretty much daily, from a lot of things, from our ambassadors, from corporate side and all that other stuff, and other businesses that we have going on. And has a whole bunch of things thrown at him every day. And so I just do my own thing. I stay behind the scenes and I do all the other things that I think that are important, the behind the stuff I like. I said stuff twice. Anyway, I like behind the scenes because I could just work and do what I think it's important, because I don't like all the talking and being out there and having to. I just
Yet.
not me. No. So I'm like, okay, let me do everything else. Let me work on this. Let me get this together, or let me
Yeah.
handle. Let me prepare this, because that's so. Since we're doing that, yeah. Let me get back on topic. Since we're doing all that stuff separately all day long, I try to make time for us to like talk at the end of the day, or like in the middle of the day if I see we have a break together, just to sit down and be together.
That's nice. Like that's really important, like to have like a time to just like decompress and unwind and to reconnect. I think for anybody, for sure. What have you always like had this strong work ethic? Like even whatever role you're deciding to fully take on, like did you grow up an athlete? Like where did you learn your foundational like work ethic from?
I actually wish I grew up in sports. Um,
Well, you're
no,
not now. Strength training is a sport, you know, your commitment and dedication. I mean, your drive. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it take like, and if you haven't, like, you can still become an athlete at any years because what you do, you're an athlete. Like
hmm
you are to show up, to commit, to put in the hard work. Like that's what an athlete is.
yeah, I actually no, I have not been this way. I feel like I was kind of lost a little bit after college, and I met my husband like literally like 2 months after I graduated. So like he actually changed a lot of my mindset and my thinking about a lot of things, even though I he wouldn't have married me if he didn't think I was there, I feel like. So but he definitely is my biggest supporter. He has pushed me so much. I've changed a lot over the last like 6 years. If you would have met me back then, oh, this would not happen. I would have never.
It's funny too because I want to share with the audience. When I first reached out to you, you're like, "Oh no," like singing to me, "No," like the cat song, meow 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 meow. You're like, "No," and then you did a post, and I randomly, like God sent, saw your post, and it was, what did you say? It was something like, if you never step out of your comfort zone, you'll never grow. And I go, oh, hey, maybe I should ask you again to come on live. And you're like, oh, I saw that.
I know, that's right. I know. I always talk to myself about, stepping out of my comfort zone, doing things like this, talking to people, which I do
Yeah.
like, texting, messaging.
Yeah.
It's so easy for me, and actually when I'm in person, face to face, I feel a little bit more comfortable too. But
Yeah.
like
Well, it's
when
more
I feel like
intimate.
people watching me, I'm like, "Ugh, my goodness, what's going on?"
Well, it's more intimate and it's weird. You're looking at like a little dot and then you see somebody else and it's just weird. It's weird. I don't think there's any way around it, but one thing people need to understand, it's like anything, like working out. Like you're an expert at training, but it didn't happen in one workout session. I mean, how many years have you been training?
Um, for about 9 years, since about 2012 or 13.
Yeah. So it's like, it's the same thing with anything. Like, I think the reason why a lot of people, and of course, add to this, from my personal experience, is that we don't do things because we think we're going to suck at them. And we are going to suck at them the first time we do it. And we compare ourselves to people that have been doing it for like 9 years, day in and day out. And we look at somebody like yourself and then never starting before is like, oh, I'm not even going to start.
Right.
But if it's the same principle for anything that we do in life, is we just have to start and, you know, have compassion for ourselves and know that we're going to suck until we don't, you
Right.
know, and
sorry, I think I also compare myself to John because he's like, I see him here when he like does all his talks and he speaks to people, and I'm like, how do you, it's amazing. Like, I get so amazed every time I hear him speak. So I'm like, well, I don't know about that. I'll let you do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but John's also been doing it for how many years?
So that's another reason why I'm like, well, yeah, this is his thing. But I don't really, he helps me though. He helps me so much because I do talk about that. I do get in my head about it. But he's always my biggest supporter. Like, you got this. You're strong. Don't be afraid. Like, since day one, since the day I met him, like, anytime I felt slightly like depressed or like not feeling good about something, he's always there.
Yeah,
So,
and I think that's important too. Like the first song that I put on before you came on, it's like my new favorite song. It's called Winner's Circle. Have you heard of it?
no, I
It's
haven't.
like, all right, I'm gonna play it real fast. I told you this is like it's a fun live. Like I didn't want to create anything like boring or it's just whatever. I wanted to have you on. I want to celebrate you. I want people to understand, like, you know, there's a lot of work that goes behind the being, right? And as we grow and build. So this is a song. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Welcome to the winner's circle. If you made it here, it means you done put in the work, dude. Congratulations. You made it way past the basics. This calls for a massive celebration. Welcome to the winner's circle. Hey, we all win in here. Isn't that a vibe? It's like my new favorite song. But yeah, and it just goes into what you're saying. Like, if you want to be successful, you need to be around people that want to celebrate you. And, you know, even for me, like, I don't just have anybody come on. Like, you have a lot to say, you know, like, even though you don't feel like you do, there's a lot that goes behind, like, there's a lot to be appreciated behind somebody who, you know, the external is something that's just the byproduct. Like, it's the symptom. So your body is the byproduct of all of the day in and day out work that you put in with your food, your sleep, the way that you take care of yourself, the way that you treat yourself, the way that you speak to yourself. Like, that is the end goal. That is the byproduct. And so people, you know, I feel like people really want to understand. Like, I know when I was searching to like better myself, when I was in a really dark space and I was 60 pounds heavier, I was suicidal, I was depressed, I was on drugs, I was an addict. I was like, if I'm going to live, I'm going to live on purpose. And I need to be around people that have a strong ass mindset and they have what I want. And I need to, you know, be friends with them, because when you get the right circles, people will want to pull you up, or they're going to see things inside of you that you don't yet see. And they're going to encourage you and push you and nudge you, like, in a healthy way, not like in a bad way. Not going to like push you off a cliff or anything like that. But little things, you know, like I was like, oh, you have so much value to offer. I would love to have you on. And I didn't like stop there. I was like, come on, like, I'm gonna get you on. You're gonna come on. I want to, you know, like, let's have fun. Let's just talk.
I'm glad you did, because really, if you met me 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't even have talked to you when I met you there.
I would have still talked to you, even if you wouldn't have talked back. Oh, for those of you asking, it's called Winner's Circle. It's called Rockness Monster. Winner's Circle, because we all win in here. Yeah. So like, no, I would have still talked to you. I'm definitely an extrovert, but I'm an empathic extrovert. So sometimes people get confused because I typically am by myself if I need to recharge, but I also just love like talking to people, the right people though, not like anybody.
I know. I loved your energy when I met you. I felt really comfortable with you.
Yeah, we're just like, shoes popped off in the back room. We just kicked our shoes. Took a little, oh snap, like, oh snap. I was like, oh wow, these are yours. I'm like, I'm not gonna hurt her feelings. This isn't really anything. I was like, oh snap. My
It's
eyes lit up and I'm like,
you learn.
okay.
You learn.
And then
It's
you're like, time to go. I was like, we don't need any pre-party. That was the pre-party right there. Like that's how it was. No, but so besides, okay, so John's a really big supporter. What about when your friend circle? Like how do you I know I'm sure John's always like very much about having like strong supportive people. You guys are at really big events with very well-known people that are doing extraordinary things in the world. So I'm sure that has some type of an positive impact on you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so grateful for him because I don't think I would have been able to go to a lot of these experiences and these events and meeting people like yourself and people like Ed Milet and Dan Fleshman and Cody Sperber and all that because it really is a whole nother world, a whole nother like life. I wish I could have my sisters or more of my friends come and experience more of those, you know, things.
Why do you think that they don't? What do you think? Is it more financial? Is it more of like the mindset not wanting to go?
Um, I would start with mindset first because some people are just not there. They just don't care that much. And even if they do go, like if they came for free, they wouldn't really appreciate it as much. They are not really paying attention or like in the rooms, you know what I mean? Like some people are
Mhm.
just not there yet.
Yeah.
So
What's getting back, I'm kind of like bouncing around because we go between business, mindset, life, everything, because everything is intertwined, but there's still its own category. What inspired the business that you've built? What like was the like, oh yeah, I want to do this.
um this is a good question for my husband mainly. But since we met, we always knew we wanted to do something together. We just
Mm-hmm.
didn't know exactly what it was or when it was going to happen. And it's a network marketing company.
Mm-hmm.
So been in the industry for about 28 years and like so this is his thing. Like he knows it from the back of his hand. Like you can't tell him anything because that's his jam. So out of his 28 years, this is like his fourth company, he would say. And a lot of people can't say that being in the industry that long. They usually
Yeah.
jump to a whole bunch of different things. And he was burned by his first two, I would call it, companies. And then the last one that we did together, it was okay. It just wasn't as fast. It was just too slow. I think it was ahead of its time because it was like DNA nutrition, like pills based off your DNA, but it was like 10 pills. Not a lot of people like to take pills, all that other stuff. So
Yeah.
when we finally decided to do something like this, we wanted to be different, not like a Me Too company, like my product is better than yours because of this. No, like we wanted to be completely different. That's why we partnered with the partner that we have now, Terry LaCour. Um, no pills, no more hard to swallow pills, no more messy powders, no more sugary gummies. Liquid nutrition delivered in like these snap packs. So different. No one has seen it. Not a lot of people have seen anything like that. And liquid is like way more absorbable than
It's
pills.
easy.
A lot
Yeah.
of sugars, yeah, all that bad stuff. So, and we actually have good ingredients like in the products that are backed by science. So you can't tell us anything. So he's like, this is it. This is my baby. This I'm gonna put my stamp on it. This is my legacy. Like this is the thing that I'm doing. And I was so happy that it's in the space that I already love already, health and wellness. So nutrition. So it really was perfect when we decided to do it. And this is his exclamation point. This is his like
It's
FU to
yours, but it's
people.
yours too, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's like,
it is mine too.
it's yours.
It's ours. But
Yeah. Hey, it's Tanya. I'm calling a quick timeout intermission huddle, so bring it in. I'm personally inviting you to our inner circle. It's our monthly VIP meetup with other achievers just like us. Each week, I'm teaching everything you're going to need in order to be successful, to step into the most elite version of yourself. I'm going to break this down play by play, the tools, the systems, the strategies, everything you're going to need in order to operate at higher levels mentally, physically, emotionally, and energetically. Look, we're in a season where the idea of full potential just isn't cutting it anymore. It's time to really be it now. So click the link in the show notes and I'll see you in the inner circle. Peace. So this is a big one that people struggle with, a big question. And because you are, I mean, your body's banging, girl. You work hard, but you also, I've seen you out, you know, like you also like to do your cheers, you know, you have fun at the same time. So how do you, has traveling impacted? There's many different ways to ask this question, so I'm just going to ask it. How has traveling, or what are the, actually shit, how do I ask this question? Because you travel a lot, how does that impact your fitness routines? Because I think everybody wants to understand, like, how do I stay on point with traveling and getting in the best shape of my life?
I think that when you're first starting, you have to be more strict. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to do it a little bit on the weekday and then on the weekends just, woo, free for all. No, because it's never going to work out like that. You're never going to see the results that you want to do. So you have to decide, okay, am I going to have one drink this weekend? Am I still going to work out on Sunday? Or like, I'm going to have this, but I'm going to eat this. I'm going to choose this to eat instead of this. Like, you know, you got to really be mindful. Like, I do like to have fun. I do like to drink. Sometimes I'll eat whatever, but it's not going to be the entire day just jacked up. You know, you want to be, what are my goals? Why did I start? And this is why I'm here. So
yeah. And it's not just you, though, for you guys to know. So I definitely butchered that question. My apologies. Anybody in network marketing, because this is one of the biggest downfalls that I get working with high-end executive and high-end achievers, is the networking. And when you get to higher levels, people want to celebrate. You know, after the hard work, we celebrate. So we go out, we bond, we network. Like, that's how you and I, we hung out, we went out afterwards. But it's like, what I've noticed is a lot of people, like you mentioned, when they first start their journey, they don't know how to get back on. They don't know how to pick back up, because it's that mindset of like that all or nothing mentality. Have you, like, did you ever used to have it, or just like, nope, back at it, like, let's go?
I was really serious when I first started seeing my body change, which happened very quickly. Like within 3 to 4 weeks of working out, I started to see my body change fast. So I was like, wait, I'm not stop doing this. This is all I had to do this entire time. Like, because it really started with a competition with my friends in college. So we were like, okay, who's gonna go to the gym and lose the most weight by this time? And I was like, okay, I'm for the challenge. And so I was super serious about it. I was like, I'm gonna win.
Which is not healthy, you guys, by the way. Don't have that mentality. It's not healthy. As we started the beginning of the conversation for like mental therapy, mental strength for the gym. Just for those of you tapping in late.
I was a little bit overweight then, so that's why I was like really excited. I was like, this is cool. My stomach is flat. Oh my goodness. Like, I couldn't believe it. So that's what happened. And I was like, okay, this is all I have to do. Like, just be strict. Like, just, these are the little things that you have to do to see the results that you want. So, okay, well, I could do this. This is what I want. This is what I really want. So this is what it takes to get it. So
I want this more instead of, you know, the other stuff.
Exactly.
I love that.
Friendly competition between my friends. And I was like, wait, I really like doing this.
So community support, right? Mm-hmm. So community support, like she's talking about, you know, turning it into something fun and, you know, eventually seeing the progress and consistency, right?
Mm-hmm. Consistency is everything.
Running up the juice here.
Consistency
Yeah.
is everything with anything. So when it comes to, reading, going to the gym, working out, eating healthy, going to events, surrounding yourself with the right people, like you just got to keep doing it until
Yeah.
like, okay, this is who I'm going to be. Just like me talking on this live.
Yay! And supporting each other and celebrating each other and knowing that everybody wins. Everybody wins. Because there's so, and you deserve, like, it's an entitlement. Everybody, but also, I think when we're talking about, for those of you tapping in late, we also talked about like accepting the space that you're in and knowing like your starting point of who you might be comparing yourself to might have done it for 9 years and today's your day one. And that's their day like 9 years. I don't know what 9 years is calculated times 365 somebody, but that's a lot of extra days on top of where you started. So it's yeah, I think that's important too. Self-acceptance. One thing is I think a lot of people don't understand is acceptance doesn't mean you're always going to be where you start. It just means that you can let go of the judgment so that you can actually move forward, because it's judgment is really what stops us and what prevents our growth is like judging ourselves, judging others. I know it's just such a crippling emotion, I feel.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's why.
What do you, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, somebody's like, it's 3,285 days. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the calculation. So yeah, I mean, your day one might be somebody's 3,285 days. So how is it fair for you to compare yourself to all of those amount of days of somebody else's experience? So yeah, it's just getting started and then staying consistent with it. What are you working towards? Are you working towards anything right now, or just consistency? That's working on its own.
Yeah, definitely consistency and growing our brand. That's the main thing right now, because we are getting very close to our 1 year anniversary on May 14th.
Congratulations.
So we have our convention coming up, so we have a lot to prepare for. A lot of things that are in the works that we are excited to announce to our field. And we just want to grow. We just want to continue to grow and pour into everyone. So that's it. That's my main goal. My main focus is all of our people in Ohhhh SNAP.
I love that. But what are you doing? You keep saying we, but what are you doing? Do you have like any of the things that you're currently working on for yourself? Mentally, physically, emotionally? Yeah.
I'm always working on my mental, I think, every single day, because it's easy to get into your head. So easy to get into your head. That's why I started journaling. I just tried to tell myself that I'm powerful, I'm
You
amazing.
are.
And because you just see a whole bunch of stuff out there on social media in the world, and you just get caught up, in the outside, because you don't know what's going on the inside. So I just am currently working on myself all the time, 24/7, just trying to improve myself, pretty much.
I love that. I think it's important to you to say it unapologetically that is that I am powerful. You are powerful. I was talking to a friend today, and we are talking about, words and the energy behind words. And somebody can walk into a room, like you walked into a room, and I was like, oh, I have to talk to her. She's just a powerful, beautiful woman. Like beauty is one thing, but like power is another. Your presence, your energy, your aura is strong. And there's a lot that goes behind that. That's why I was like, oh, I would love to have you on. I want to know like what are some of your strategies? What are your non-negotiables? What is your lifestyle? What are your routines? And it's a day in and day out thing, which become your habits. So, and it's important to say that and to claim it, but to also be it. And it's a being. So I think that's so important. Does anybody have any questions specifically? Because it is interactive too. I see some people putting things in the thread. We got people, helping us out with some answers here. People are just loving on you. She said your friend's glad she joined. And she doesn't hear from you, but now she did. See, more people want to hear from you.
I don't like the chat's not moving for me. It was, and now it's
really. Oh, I see it in here. It goes and then it people are saying they're proud of you. Keep up the live. Your results are inspiring. Just cheering you on. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I don't know if anybody has like any specific questions they want to know of, your mindset, your mental strength, your personal power. When you talked about building or continuing to expand, is there anything specific that you find to be what's what I'm looking for, like a catalyst or an important part of growth?
The numbers.
But how do you get the numbers? Because it's like anything. It's like, okay, no, we all want more numbers. We want more numbers in our bank account. We want more numbers on our social feed. We want more numbers for sure. But like, how do we get, like, what is it about that?
I think that just within our community now, like pouring into them and teaching them, like, it's not only about money, it's about helping others, building your mindset here. And like we talk about, your health, it's important to keep up your health, because you can have all the money in the world, but if your health is shit, it doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think the more we pour into them, it'll just grow automatically, because they'll just want other people to be a part of what we're trying to do. And we care about the people the most. Like people, we have 6 pillars and people is number 1. So our people. And then from there, I think that it'll just expand. But we do have goals for what we want, and we're just going to keep putting ourselves out there, putting the brand out there, spreading awareness about what snap packs are first, so they're not snapping them into their eye or all over their face. So
do you get reviews on your site of like complaints like it burnt my eye? I mean, like, I don't know where that came from, but
no, but I've seen videos. And
you're like, okay, how to properly snap? I mean, listen, judgment free. Like there has to be, like, I just got this podcast thing, because clearly I want to level it up too, like you. So I just got this thing. I literally look at it. I was like, I don't even know. Like, I need a video tutorial on this, like step by step. Somebody asked, like, walk them through quickly or briefly from night to morning or from morning to night of your like day in a life.
Yeah, I pretty much do the same thing every day. I like routine, except on like if I travel, I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So my Monday through Friday schedule is usually consistent, or certain days. Tuesdays and Thursdays are different from my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just a little bit. But to generalize, I usually wake up around like 7:15, 7:30-ish. I wash my face and then I go, where is it? I have this planner. So I like to plan out what I have to do for the day. So I like to be organized. I have a calendar that I share with my husband because he's so disorganized. So I'm like in there, like scheduling everything for him because he just can't. Anyway, so go into a planner, write down all the things that I need to do that day, like starting from priority and then the times. What I need to do first at this time. And then I go to the gym first because I just have to start my day off at the gym, or I feel like the day is ruined. It's trash. I feel like not much.
You're done. Just go back. Just go to bed.
right? I feel like not a lot of things feel accomplished. So
Yeah.
I try to knock that out around 9 o'clock. I end up getting to the gym, do an hour, and then get back home, go back to my agenda, see what needs to be done. Um, every now and then I'll have a little lunch date with one of my friends, do Pilates, another
Mm.
physical activity. And then I come back into my room and I try to read a little bit. This
What's
is
your
my,
favorite book right now?
um, I didn't start it, but I haven't started, but I'm really excited to start. It's called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I've been,
Mm.
um,
Yeah, that's on my list. Carlos Reyes, you remember Carlos, right?
mhm.
Carlos keeps telling me to get that book. So now maybe that's confirmation. I was like, all right,
I'm
time to
excited.
get it.
I'm excited for this one. So yeah, that, and then obviously eat a little bit, talk to the hubs, make dinner, and then
Uh-oh.
cuddle up, talk, and we try to do our goals actually earlier in the day, like right after the gym, to get it done with, like what we need to do for the week. Like he calls it plan, do, and review. So we
Mm.
plan it out, we do it, and we review. Sorry, I'm back.
I love that. I'm gonna write that down. See,
Yes, plan,
that's
do,
why I like.
review. Yeah,
Oh,
at the end of the night, we
never.
try to shut it down around 8 to make it so we could just like be together, and maybe we'll watch a little show on Netflix or something together and cuddle up. That's his favorite part of the night, of the day,
Hmm.
time together.
Somebody had asked, can you describe experience building a business with your spouse, pros, con, tips for couples building together? Did you want to answer that just kind of like in a quick little, I'm sure there's so many pieces to that.
Yeah, there's a lot of pieces to that because you have to be in alignment already together. Especially if you're doing business together, in the same space, you have to have the same vision. You have to have the same vision and goals. If you don't, it's not gonna work, and you can't really have the same roles. Everyone has to have their own roles. Otherwise, if you're trying to do the same thing and different ideas, they're just not gonna work. So alignment, vision, and roles. I think that's
Mm,
important.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um, there's a question we always talk, and Danielle always reminds me, and I remember on my own, really proud of myself, because everybody talks, yes, it's one thing with relationships, but another about even like friendships. Like you're talking about friends and going to conferences and wishing they would go, but then also meeting new friends at you know, what do you do when you feel that you might have because I mean, how do you handle, I guess, outgrowing friends and relationships? This is always a really big question that we typically get asked, like on each Minding My Business episode, for your experience.
It's hard. It's kind of hard, especially when you have close friends and they just don't see exactly the same things as you. They might share some of the same like goals, but when it comes down to it, they're not really doing them, or they don't really care. So it's kind of hard. So I don't really have that many friends for that reason. I just have social media friends.
Yeah. I mean, it's important. Because you can't be in two spaces at the same time. And I think anybody with a big, big vision and a goal, like your business partners and your networking people become your friends.
Mhm.
That's the reason why I wanted to create Minding My Business is I created it with my friend Daniela. So we have something productive to do every week and we get to talk about something where we're contributing back to others. And we also get to create a table of women that we want to sit at the table with. So we have a table conversation of inspiring women that we get to celebrate and learn from and grow and contribute and add value because it's also a relationship. it's a relationship, and with any relationship, you have to give and you need to receive. It can't just be giving all the time.
I agree, 100%.
Have you go ahead. So what did you say?
I said I want to say something, but I can't say everything because
yeah,
we
know.
I'll talk to you.
But it does change, and it's like anything. Like there is like friendship breakups, you know, for you to grow, because you can't. I always like to go back to like the crab in a bucket analogy. Some people really don't want to see you grow, and they want to keep reminding you of a version that you've outgrown that doesn't even exist anymore. You're like, it's like trying to remind me of who I was in kindergarten. I was in kindergarten. Or trying to remind me who I was in high school. Like, I was in high school. Like, you know, we've advanced.
Advanced a lot.
Yeah. Somebody asked something, it's pretty deep, and it's about young women. And they had asked, I'm trying to scroll up, I'm trying to get as many, and there's some questions that are kind of more like business with, you know, your spouse, which I think you covered pretty amazingly. There's a question about what would you advise like younger girls to keep them away from like porn videos or from getting into like the OnlyFans. You know, a lot of our younger generation, I mean, they're even posting things like that, like somebody made $53 million on OnlyFans. You know, like what are other things what advice would you give younger women? It's a hard one.
I know, like, I mean, I get that it's fast money, you know, and it's easy, and it's easy. That's why they do it, you know what I mean? And some people are just really need the cash, I guess, but you got to change your circle too, because if you're going that route, you're not really around people who, you know, want to see you elevate. You know what I mean?
Oh, this was the exact question. By your own experience, would you advise young girls not to do porn videos even if they need the money? That was the exact question. I was trying to look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're compromising. Nobody wants to do stuff like that. It's, you know, probably because of fast money, but there's also been trauma to even go that way. Like, even if it is fast money and somebody was raised in a good home that didn't have domestic violence or abuse or sexual assault, or who knows some of the stories that people go through, most people wouldn't even think to go that route. I mean, maybe a thought, but there's just other ways to make money.
We got your back here. We'll show you how to make money.
Yes.
Transfer your mind, bodies, and bank accounts. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. But yeah, I love how you said it's all about where you generate your energy and your attention. And you need to be around other strong women that are making money and looking good, feeling good. And you can make so much money doing so many different industries.
Things, yeah.
And still keep it together. But all right, you guys, I mean, wasn't that fun? Didn't you have fun? Did you have fun?
I'm sweating. Fine.
Well, you go out and just, you know, take a cold shower or something like that. Jump in a cold plunge.
Right.
Or something. Thank you so much for coming on Minding My Business. I definitely took a few notes, and I can't wait to apply them. And if you could just share that book one more time for people that are just popping on your new book that you're reading, because I've heard so many good things about it.
It's called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker.
Boom. Audible.
Sure. Screenshot if you can. Then.
Screenshot. Going once, going twice. Done. Awesome.
I can't do, but Audibles are hard. Listening to books are harder for me than reading it. I have to see the words.
Yeah.
I don't know, something for me, at least for me.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, especially like retaining it. What I've learned though, overcoming a lot of mental blocks myself and building my own mental strength is sometimes when I was in the process of getting out of really dark spaces, or some days when I would have like a lot of like heaviness or anxiety or just sadness, by listening to an audiobook, even if it was at least getting me out of my own head and at least having a positive voice. And then if it was a really, really great book, because at least within the day, I would consciously hear something that I needed to take for the day. Even if I didn't hear like the whole book and I heard one thing, I was like, wow, I heard that. So, and then I'll go back and buy the book if it was like really good, which has happened a few times because some books are just like, oh, am I wasting my time? Anyway, we're about to read that. We're starting a book club now. You're gonna kick it off. You already kicked it off. So thank you so much for coming on to Minding My Business. All of you go mind your own business and do amazing things. Implement one thing and put a comment in the comment box below. We are going to save this. I've seen some people ask if we could save it. We are going to be saving it. It was amazing. You dropped so many amazing diamonds on today's show. Thank you so much. Today was all about minding your business, minding my business, elevating your business, your life, and your bank account. So your business, your life, and your mindset. So until next Tuesday, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Till next time. Bye, guys.